Welcome back to This Pick.
Welcome to the show, you guys.
And we're going to be talking about, briefly, we're going to be talking about that Browns-Patriots game. I'm not really doing a recap because it's kind of a blowout, but we really just wanted to get some key points of that game. Patriots defense still really amazing. Baker didn't play too bad. That weird pitch interception was just weird. I don't really understand that. The play con's just unfathomably stupid in my eyes. We're going to talk about Coach Kitchen in a second, but outside of that, he played well. That defense is really, really good. So, and it was wet.
Yeah.
They're still struggling with. He's still struggling missing players and not as accurate as he should be, and he usually is. So, he's still got to get that worked out. OBJ's needs plays better. Ryan's gonna even hit on that even more. He keeps on dropping the ball, and he's struggling. He didn't do bad against Gilmore, so for the standards of how Gilmore was playing this year, OBJ didn't play very bad when it came to getting open and getting the ball at times. But yeah, the issues that I thought was gonna happen in this game didn't happen as much. I figured the Browns line was going to struggle blocking the Patriots blitzes, and they did do that. They did have 5 sacks, so it could have been more. Good job on Baker for not really turning the ball over in a bad situation. So Nick Chubb's going to have to hand the ball over, hold on to the ball a bit more. 2 fumbles is not good. 1 fumble is okay, it happens, but 2 in the same game, same back-to-back plays, that's not a good thing. But Browns, they're I think they're probably going to be a 7-9, 8-8 team. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. They have to go pretty much 7-2, 8-1 the rest of the way, and I don't see that happening. We're going to get into the question of the video, which is, do we think Coach Kitchen should be getting fired for how he's coached this season? But we'll get to that in a second. I want to hear Ryan's opinion on the game and how Baker played, how everyone else plays well.
First of all, I want to mention, I think the biggest point of the game, the whole entire game, is how sloppy it was because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that out the way. It was terrible. It was raining the entire game, sloppy game. So I'm not making that excuse, but it is a factor because the ball's much slicker. It's hard to catch. It's just a yucky game overall. So, but yeah, they could have played better. My biggest issue this year has been OBJ. He's played all right, but he hasn't played to OBJ standards. Like, people have been saying on Instagram, I've been seeing little tweets about it, that he's almost better off at staying at the Giants. And that's terrible to say because Baker's a much better quarterback. And you got people saying that. And in a way, it feels like that, though. Like, dude, you're almost better off being at the Giants because you're not playing any better here. So I don't understand it. I don't know where mentally OBJ is. But I wouldn't say something's up, but it feels like it is because he's not playing like OBJ. And it feels like maybe he has something on his mind or something's going on. Maybe he's upset with the coaching, but he's not being that OBJ that everybody's used to because everybody gets on to him about lashing out. So I think he wants to stay away from that. So maybe he's holding stuff back. I don't know, man, but he's not. He's not playing. There's many in particular plays throughout the season, but just to get one out that's fresh on my memory is this game, and he had Baker threw a real nice back shoulder throw, and it was an easy catch, and he turned around and just completely missed it. Like, it was an easy catch, and he completely missed it. Like, and that's not OBJ. And the biggest point of is I want people to kind of get off Baker's back about that. Like, people are saying that he's not as accurate. Yes, you're right, but he is getting the ball there to OBJ a lot of the times, and he's dropping it. I mean, I don't know what else you want Baker to do. He's the quarterback. He can't throw the ball and catch it. He's given OBJ these opportunities, and a lot of the times he is capitalizing, but a majority of the time, there's times he needs to capitalize them in important plays. He's not doing it, and OBJ is just not being OBJ. And that needed to be said because I haven't heard that enough, and Adam can agree. I haven't heard anything about people complaining about how OBJ's been playing, and he hasn't. He's not been playing like OBJ's standards, and people need to recognize that. It ain't all on Bake. It's a team thing, and he's dropping balls like unusual. This is very unusual of him. So I had to get that out the way. That was very frustrating. Yeah, man, it was just a sloppy game. Like I said, the fumble problem with Chubb, that sucked. But like I said, I'm not gonna complain too much because it was the first fumble I won't complain about because like I said, it's a slick ball. But that second one where he almost scored, you gotta at least either look at the jumbotron or feel feel for the presence of players.
Because they're going to become
Yeah.
they're going to try to get that ball out. So,
and which is a thing in the league, which is I'm surprised it hasn't came earlier in the league, is people are starting to punch the ball out more. Which is I've been telling him for at least 2-3 years that's some of the smartest things. Yes, you could break your hand or something could go bad, but that's the thing about it is I've seen it work more for the good than it has bad. I'm telling you, it's a very effective play. You put your fist and you punch that ball. It's very hard to hang on to that football. So, yeah, I'm definitely disappointed at Chubb for the second one, but the first one I'm gonna let go because, like I said, it's just sloppy play. So, yeah, you still gotta hang on that ball, Chubb. You gotta hang on that ball. You almost scored, so that was a very big play that could have changed the momentum.
mm-hmm.
That's the thing about football; it's a very momentum type of sport. So.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of the energy out of him, I believe. And last but not least, do I think Kitchen should be fired? Yes, I understand it is his first year, but he just made over the season so far. He just made terrible decisions, and you can't have that. You can't have that when you're leading this young, energized type of football team. You can't just be making dumb things like that because they're relying on you. Yes, Baker is a leader on the field, but he's still Baker. That's the thing about Baker. He still relies on his coaches to help him make those decisions and make those right decisions. He wants those plays that coach gives him, and he wants to be able to make them effective. So he's not a Tom Brady. He's not an Aaron Rodgers where he could just coach his own team pretty much. He needs a coach, and he needs a really solid coach. And I don't think Kitchens is that.
Man, I've been telling Ryan, it's a kind of unfortunate situation for him. He never been a coordinator, he's never been a coach. He's been a position coach much his whole career. I understood to a degree why he got hired. Baker really likes him, wanted him to be the coach. They worked really well together that latter part of the season. But I think I just don't think that was the right move in my eyes. I have been wrong on this. I thought they were going to do really well this season.
I thought they were too.
I thought they were going to make the playoffs and make it deep in the playoffs in my eyes. But the reasons why I thought they maybe not do that is really happening. They're really young, really undisciplined. Freddie Kitch is really over his head.
That's another good point Adam just said, the discipline thing.
Turnovers and penalties are kind of coinciding with each other. 13 penalties a game.
Yeah, as well. They still haven't got it right with the penalties yet
There's
either.
too many penalties. You're not going to beat, especially the Patriots, of really any team in the NFL, unless you're like the Bengals or Dolphins that are purposely losing.
Yeah.
Not going to beat good teams if you're turning the ball over and committing 1,000 penalties. Penalties is a lot of discipline and coaching. Mike Lombardi and a lot of other people say a lot of mistakes, you're either teaching it or you're allowing it to happen. So you're either coaching it or you're allowing it to happen. So a lot of unaccountability. I don't like exactly how John Dorsey has built this team to a degree, focusing too much on the defensive line, not the offensive line. The other thing that Mike Lombardi says, he's a former GM of the Browns and a couple of other teams, Patriots, Jets. He's been with the Patriots for a long time. He's a really intelligent person. He has his own podcast. Check it out. He talks about the Browns have a cast full of characters, but they don't have a cast full of character.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of individuals that are really talented, but don't have a lot of glue, veteran leader type players. which they really need. That been there, has been through a lot of things. I think Trey Flowers would have been a good pickup in the off season. He might not be as talented as Vernon, but he's been winning Super Bowls his entire career. He's a really well coached, good player. He should have worked really in any system. Players like that, man, they need to focus on getting this off season, and we got to fix this offensive line. Unfortunately, I think Coach Kitchens probably had to get fired, especially if this season falls apart and I don't play really well in the second half. I think he will get fired. Baker's regressing. He's seeing ghosts. Offensive line sucks. And a lot of that's just not talented players, and a bit of that is coaching too.
And that's, I think, honestly, man, that's, if not one of the most important things, if not the important thing, is you got to protect your quarterback, man.
Yeah.
If you don't get him time, not everybody's Russell Wilson and or Aaron Rodgers. Like, not everybody's super capable to get out of pressure like that.
Yeah.
So.
They got to figure that out. They got to really, honestly, someone that's a leader, like coaching wise, like a veteran coach like Mike McCarthy, which I'm not a big fan of that hire to a degree because he's just not very inventive as his offense lately, but he's been there. He would be able to get the ship right. Someone like that. Like, they need to hire a veteran coach that's been the coach for a while.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say too, is they need to focus on getting a coach that's been coaching. Like, that's pretty much what he was saying, but that's what I was going to say too, is they need a coach that's been there, that's seen playoffs and the Super Bowl, because Carthy's seen the Super Bowl. So, yeah, man, you need a coach like that, and I agree with Adam 1,000%. You bring a coach in that hasn't even been a coordinator, like, hasn't been anything on that level, yeah, it's going to be tough, man. You're just throwing him in a big situation.
I mean, he was a coordinator the second half of that last season. But,
yeah, but that ain't.
But that's not a full season.
Yeah, that's not even a full season.
And he wasn't hired for that position either. So.
Yeah, that's, I think, one of the most important things right now, to be honest. Of course, offensive line and other things, but yeah, you got to get you a veteran coach that knows how to coach some kids and can be able to at least somewhat get their head on right and be a team. Because that's another thing it doesn't seem like, is they're not a team, man. Just like a full team. It just seems like a team full of talent, and you're just expecting them to coexist and be this great group. If you ain't got good coaching behind it, nah, dude, it's not gonna work. So yeah, it's important that I think they get a veteran coach, in my opinion.
And one of the biggest issues for Coach Kitchens so far this season is game management decisions that they took an offsides, they put him because they wanted to save a timeout, put him at 4th and 16. I mean, you weren't going to win the game at that point anyway. Yeah. You should just run the play, take a timeout. When the play didn't work and you got your quarterback smushed. Yeah. And other things like after Chubb fumbled that second time, they got the ball back again and they're down. They're down already, like 17 points, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It was like 17.
Or no, like 14 or something like that. I don't exactly remember the score, but no, it was 10-0. But anyway, they were down and they do like a little crosser pitch play, and it didn't work. I don't know, Baker should have ate it, just threw it at the ground, but he didn't.
I think he just flinched and just went ahead with it.
The lineman got absolutely annihilated. Got Aaron Donald on that play.
No chance to do anything.
You got Aaron Donald on that play by the Lawrence guy, which I bet 9 out of 10 players fans don't even know who that even is.
He's all right.
So that line sucks. They shouldn't that's not a safe play in that situation. Your team's already struggling. Your line's not very good against a really disciplined defensive line. It's wet and windy.
That's the other thing, yeah.
So that was a stupid call. Weird, stupid play by Mayfield. I'm not going to excuse that. He should have just
like you said, I think he should have just slid down and ate it.
Or just threw it at someone's feet. So knowing the Browns like that, probably would have popped up in the air and someone would have picked it off. But you know, we'll see. But he
Yeah.
should have did something other than that play. So yeah, that was a mistake, and a lot of other mistakes all the way through this season have been costing them games. Really, they should have won that Rams game. You can argue they should have won that Seahawks game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
there's a lot of games they had in their hands.
this season they'll be 4-2, really, instead of no, that's not right. Yeah, right. 4-2, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And,
if they win those games, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be 4 and no.
Yeah, they would.
2-5. Yeah, so they would have a better record than they would, but now they don't because they're blowing games because they're making stupid mistakes. But that's all I gotta say. Unfortunate. Kitchen doesn't seem like he's a bad person, but he's over his head.
Like I said, it's not a personal thing. It's business. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's business, and you're just not getting the job done. And yeah, like I said, that was just really, if you really want to get personal, or
Be 4-3.
and
Couldn't do the math in my head.
if you want to get personal, really deep down into it, this is GM's fault. This is his fault for throwing him in a situation like this and expecting it to just happen and be great. Oh, we got OBJ and we got his best friend and we got a quarterback that really likes them and they hang out. Oh, it's gonna work. No, man, it's just not how it works. You gotta be not only you gotta build the team, you gotta build the coaching staff as well. So yeah, I think they just threw him in there, and yeah, it ain't nothing personal. It's just it's not working, and you're making bad decisions in important games, and can't do that as a coach. So. Yeah, man, Brown's got a lot of things to figure out. Hopefully next year is a better year because I think we could just wave the white flag. I don't think playoffs are going to happen, like Adam said, unless they just, from this point on, don't lose a game. So I don't see it happening this year. So better luck next year, in my opinion. And, yeah, that's all I got to say. Please comment, like, subscribe. Hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.